my viewers, and welcome back to my channel. Subscribe, like, and feel free to be part of this interesting conversation. Now, in a world where TikTok's influence reigns supreme, a deeper conversation is warranted beyond the surface level concerns of data privacy. In today's video, join me as a brother takes us into the untold narrative surrounding the proposed ban of TikTok. Beyond the fear of Chinese data mining lies a lot of issues plaguing this social media giant. Issues that directly impact users of marginalized communities and countless others, from systemic racism to blatant discrimination against marginalized communities. TikTok's algorithmic biases and selective silence speaks volumes. Now, in this video, he uncovers the inconvenient truths, shedding light on the realities faced by everyday users and challenging the status quo of social media regulation. With that said, check out his video. I will be right back.
I want to show you something. Do y'all see this? Apparently, this is the person that created it. Let's take a good look. So, all lawmakers who obviously can't, they have nothing else better to do. They want to ban TikTok or have it sold to a corporation here in America like BlackRock, which owns a piece of it, Oracle, which also owns a piece of it. So I guess they want 100% owned by BlackRock and Oracle, but I digress. They want to ban TikTok because of Chinese, the possibility that the Chinese government might be able to data mine us, take our data, even though American-based social media companies like X gonna give it to you, aka Twitter and Facebook, have already had that happen, but I fucking digress. But if our lawmakers actually spoke to the people who use TikTok on a regular basis, not the fucking Hollywood stars that want it banned or whatever the fuck, if they had spoken to the actual users, and not the ones that TikTok wants to promote. No, I'm talking about actual users like myself. They would find that there's a hell of a lot more reasons to ban TikTok besides Chinese data mining. For example, the blatant racism, sexism, homophobia, xenophobia, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, transphobia, and ableism that TikTok just allows, while they also simultaneously silence the voices of people in marginalized communities, silence the voices of people who are putting out educational content. Now, I've made this video before, over and over and over. In fact, in the almost 4 years I've been here, I think this has probably been the biggest subject that I've talked about. Because on a nearly constant basis, TikTok does absolutely nothing when shit like this pops up. Nothing. They're biased mods. And I'm just gonna call it. The mods are fucking racist. They are. Bunch of right-wing assholes. But they will allow some of the most egregious shit on this social media application, while they're also, content violating a bunch of marginalized fucking content creators. But not that. They don't see a problem with that. I mean, for fuck's sake, look how many videos are connected to this. Just think. See, my problem with TikTok has always been the same. The inconsistency. You can get a copy of their community guidelines, and you can make video after video after video highlighting examples of people violating those fucking guidelines. And then you'll get a violation. I know, because it happened to me. Fucking guy comes on, talks about fucking black women in some really racially fucking sexist ways. I show a video where I'm like, hey, yo, look at this. And here's your violation. Here's the two that he violated. I get the violation. See, this is why if Congress is going to want to ban this motherfucker, then let them ban it for the right reasons. Not because of Chinese data mining and not because you have a personal stake in Meta or fucking Google or X or whatever the fuck. No. No. If you're going to ban it because of some of the things that go on it. I would be more than fucking happy, absolutely more than happy, to go and testify in front of Congress or the Senate or whatever. I would, absolutely. I'm a user of TikTok. I have one of the larger platforms. And I have proof of what I'm talking about. Some of the shit that I've seen, some of the shit that I've heard, I have proof. When TikTok allowed you to download a video, they fucked up. They fucked up. Because I got examples like a motherfucker. And some people that just say some outlandish ass shit and get away with it. But that's the thing. That's the thing. TikTok could have fixed this already. Because I'm not the only one that says this. I'm not. I know damn well I'm not the only one that says this. TikTok could have fixed this years ago. I've only been on here since the late stage, the late months of 2020, and I've seen some shit. I've seen some shit. So y'all can go find that. I genuinely choose not to because it's just fucked up. I just used a screenshot. I wasn't about to fucking download that bullshit. No, the answer is no. But somebody needs to explain to me and the users. And I'm not talking about somebody else. I'm talking about the mods or the CEO or Shochu needs to have a fucking live where he hears this shit to his fucking face. Explain to me, how is it that you can fly from Singapore to America to testify that you are not a member of the Chinese government and you're not trying to data mine people for the Chinese government, but you can't fly your motherfucking ass anywhere or have a live anywhere where you get a chance to talk to the people in these marginalized communities and see some of the proof that we have of how your mods are biased and some of the shit that is allowed to get away with is allowed to get away with, whereas those same mods violate every one of us. That's what you need to do. But I'm pretty sure it won't happen because heaven forbid we fuck up that, Temu Lite, aka the TikTok shop, right? Right?
Now, I so agree with this brother on what he's saying. The issues raised by this speaker in the video resonate deeply, shedding light on the multifaceted problems entrenched within platforms like TikTok. The prevalence of racism, sexism, homophobia, and other forms of discrimination cannot be ignored, and it's disheartening to witness TikTok's complicity in perpetuating these harmful narratives. Now, one need not look far to find evidence of this troubling trend. Just a scroll through TikTok reveals a disturbing number of videos featuring palm-color individuals donning blackface, oblivious or indifferent to the offensive nature of their actions. Now, these instances not only highlight the deeply ingrained racism within society, but also underscore TikTok's failure to adequately address and mitigate such behavior. Moreover, the incident of a girl in a makeup store painting herself the darkest shade speaks volumes about the pervasive stereotypes and biases that continue to plague our communities. It is a stark reminder of the systemic inequalities faced by Black people and people of color, compounded by the ignorance and insensitivity displayed by others. Now, these examples, coupled with countless more examples, paint a grim picture of TikTok's role in perpetuating harmful stereotypes and marginalizing already vulnerable communities. The platform's selective enforcement of its content policies further exacerbates these issues, silencing the voices of those who speak out against injustice while turning a blind eye to the perpetrators. Now, as the speaker rightly points out, the need for meaningful dialogue and action is more urgent than ever. It's time for TikTok and other social media giants to reckon with their responsibility in shaping the cultural landscape and take concrete steps towards fostering inclusivity and equality for all users. Now, the examples mentioned are unfortunately just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the systemic issues present on TikTok and similar platforms. For instance, there have been numerous instances of users experiencing censorship and discrimination based on their identity or the content they create. Members members of marginalized communities, people with disabilities, and ethnic minorities often find themselves targeted by hateful comments, harassment, and even outright bans. Meanwhile, content creators who attempt to raise awareness about important social issues or provide educational content are frequently silenced or shadow banned, further exacerbating the imbalance of power on the platform. The algorithmic biases embedded within TikTok's system can perpetuate harmful stereotypes and reinforce existing prejudices. For example, users from certain demographic groups may find their content systematically deprioritized or suppressed simply based on their race, gender, or sexual orientation. In light of these issues, it's important for TikTok and other social media platforms to take proactive measures to address systemic discrimination and promote inclusivity. Now, this includes implementing more transparent content moderation policies, investing in diversity and sensitivity training for staff, and actively amplifying the voices of underrepresented communities. By acknowledging the scope of the problem and working collaboratively with users to enact meaningful change, TikTok has the opportunity to become a more equitable and empowering space for all. However, this will require a concerted effort from both the platform itself and the wider community to challenge entrenched biases and foster a culture of respect and understanding. Now, we're talking about videos being taken down, muted, or hidden from followers. These are all issues that some TikTok creators say they're facing for posting Black Lives Matter content and content responding to artisanal commentary or videos. Now, I found an article which talks about the same, and it reads, in the wake of releasing a statement in June apologizing to members of its Black community who have felt unsafe, unsupported, or suppressed, TikTok continues to face bias allegations from Black creators and others posting Black Lives Matter content. Now, this issue has become prevalent as TikTok, the most downloaded non-gaming app worldwide in 2020, has transformed into a hub for activism as the year has progressed. Now, a number of creators who Time spoke to say they have either experienced noticeable declines in viewership and engagement on their videos after posting content in support of the Black Lives Matter movement, or noticed recent instances where they felt that TikTok's community guidelines weren't being fairly applied to Black creators. Even on the heels of TikTok's pledge to effect positive change for its Black creators, some users say they are still seeing similar patterns of unequal treatment play out on the platform. When asked to address the claims of sources in this story, Kudzi Chikumbu, the director of creator community of TikTok US, tells Time that TikTok unequivocally does not engage in shadow banning, an umbrella term under which these types of discrimination claims often fall. Now, referring to the alleged practice of limiting the spread of content without notifying creators that it violates any community guidelines, shadow banning has become an increasingly widespread concern among users on not only TikTok, but also Twitter and Instagram. Now, due to the nature of the concept of shadow banning, it's difficult to substantiate whether it is or isn't happening. Some point toward the bias in the habits of active users as the most influential indicator of what content users see rather than intentional direct artisanship. Now, there is a lot of artisanship that takes place on TikTok, but once a Black creator tries to respond to that, they eventually violate TikTok's guidelines. I don't know how it works, but what do my viewers have to say about this? Share your thoughts as well in the comment section, and let's hear what you have to say. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next video.